Check us out to hear the latest on life in the volunteer state. Yvonnca and her guests discuss everything from life, love, and business with a Tennessee flair.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Always relatable, always relevant, and always a good time. This is Talking Tennessee, and now your host, Yvonnca.
Welcome back to Talking Tennessee with Yvonnca. I'm your host, and we are here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, there she is.
I'm back.
Guess what, everybody? We're back, and we are visual.
Yes.
We've been working, trying to figure out how we want to do it so we can make it the best. And I think we did it. Let's talk about Black history.
What we got?
Well, I'll tell you what's in my topics are. For one, I just read this book right here. Can y'all see it? Hold on.
There we go.
Skin Like Mine.
This
Okay.
is such a cute book. I love this book.
It is. It's a cute book, and it's just basically telling everybody, skin like mine. It's all right. It's all fine. Everybody's skin is fine. Love each other, support each other, be good friends, that type of thing. I read this book to the kids at Emerald today, and I highly recommend this book, y'all, to get this book because it's really good. Can you see it? To read to your children. It's not just over the top, you're just to the point. Black History Month is almost over, and I would like to give some shout outs to some people in my community that has really made a mark in this community. For one, my husband. David Landes is Black History. Why? Because David Landes got sick in 2013, and he turned his sickness into purpose. And he has been working ever since to work on his purpose, put back in the community, bring awareness to blood drives, blood donations. He's Black History through and through.
He is.
He really is. Black history is not always a celebrity or someone that has passed away. It's a lot of people sitting in your community. Let me name another one. Charles Lomax. Pastor Lomax is a great friend of mine. He bought a house for me last year, and we became really great friends. And I want you to know, Charles Lomax is a person that I would say you need to follow because he's making leaps and bounds in this community. He is truly, truly for the community. He's for all walks of life, and he just loves deeply.
And it's people like that, like, you know, him and my dad, they take risks when they do the things that they do.
They do.
Because not every situation is going to be accepted, especially
True.
when, you know, you're a Black man in this society. Not everything that they do is accepted or people like. So for them to go out and do what they do every day,
and
no
just be so
what,
transparent.
they are. It's a sense of vulnerability.
It really is. And those two men, I can truly say that they really care about people. They're very humble. They are very driven, and they're family oriented. Okay.
I love that.
That's huge. Now let me, you know, I've got to shine on me some women now. I got to shine on. And I've been around Angela Dennis from the Not So News Sentinel recently. And she is beautiful inside and out. She has a great personality. She's very, very intelligent, very well spoken, and very put together. She's another person that I would say, watch Angela Dennis when she's blossoming, because she's going to do great things in this community. She works for Not So News Sentinel, and she does a lot for our race, and she speaks up and speaks out. And that is a tremendous thing for someone to do, you know, that knows it can come with criticism.
And then on top of that too, I love being able to see all women thrive.
Yes.
But it hits home because me being a Black woman, my mom being a Black woman, to see another Black woman to be able to be in her element, be able to blossom and thrive in that element is a beautiful thing to watch.
It is. Do you have one, or you want me to name the next one?
You can name the next one.
Okay.
Well, I do have one, but you can name the next one.
The next one is Margie Moore. That's my Aunt Margie from Harriman, Tennessee. She is a Douglas singer. This woman has been there for me through thick and thin. She loves me. We don't have to talk every day, but she has made a mark on this world, East Tennessee, really all over the world, but really in her community. She is a gospel singer. She's a minister. She's a mom. She's a businesswoman.
Multifaceted, honey.
Yes. And hear me when I tell you, this woman is beautiful. She makes some of the young women stop and do like,
baby, I hope to God my skin looks like that at her.
Hear me when I tell you. So she is another one that I want to say shout out to Margie Moore from Harriman, Tennessee, because she has really made a mark on my life. And I thank her. I've got one more.
I feel like I need to do mine first, but go ahead.
You can. Go ahead.
We probably have the same thing.
She's going.
It's her.
Really?
My mom, well, let me just say this. You as a Black woman, don't cry. Don't cry. But you as a Black woman, not only did you take the legacy that you brought up on, but you built a legacy within our household. And so we combined not only our family's legacy, but the new legacy that we created, and they're both thriving together.
Yes.
And so
we extended it.
Basically extended it. And so me and my brother, this is, we're carrying not only the legacy from our family, the legacy that her and my dad have built, but we'll also create new legacies for our children and bring everything along with us.
Yes.
So I thank you for—
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't. So I thank you for what you've taught me as a Black woman, because I may look like you, but you've also put those qualities that you have inside of me, which makes me more of your—
She's trying to make me cry, guys. Y'all see what
everybody says that we look alike, but in some aspects we act alike too, because I have adopted, obviously I do things my way too, but a lot of the things that my mom has taught me as a Black woman has strengthened me over the years to be able to do what I do, not only in my job, but also in my career. Because, she has things that she does in the community, and I have things that I do separately, and then we have things that we do together. But I couldn't do what I do on my own if it wasn't for what you taught me growing up.
Thank you.
So I thank you for being a voice, because there's a lot of Black women who haven't found theirs.
Yeah.
And one thing that she talks about is people finding their voice and speaking their truth. And now being 28 years old, I have figured out how to speak my truth, no matter if someone likes it or if they don't. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without you.
I thank you. I thank you. I didn't think you were going to say me for Black History. But you know what? I try to just instill in people, especially my children, is that you have to want to be a good person, and you have to want to give something to the world that you learn, share your journey, and teach other people how to make it. And not just make it, but enjoy life, live your best life, and really, really know God. And if anything I could say I want my kids to remember when I go to heaven is I taught them Christ, and I taught them how to be a good person. Now it's up to them to be that good person. So I would honestly say, that's what I want you to be. And you've turned that out to be that, Adrienne.
I appreciate it, because Black history is educating Okay.
It is.
The reason why we celebrate Black history is to educate people on our history, what we have done in the past, what we're doing presently, and what will be done if we keep going. So it's all about because there's a lot of people that don't know, how Black history originated. Black history used to be 1 week. And now we're a whole month. You see what I'm saying? And so we've evolved so much, and there's still things that, the Black community that we need to do and that we want to do.
This work needs to be done.
But we've come so far. We've really come so far. And even in our businesses, if you checked out our last episode that we had, we talked about, in the 1950s, we weren't even allowed to be realtors at a board. So it took the Fair Housing Act to be able to allow us to even be able to,
most definitely
be part of
the board.
Yeah.
To be able to sell real estate
and buy it.
Yeah. Like last year, I just ran for the board. I've never ran an election.
Yeah.
Never ran an election. Did I win? No. But it was a great experience. Will I run again? It would take God to tell me when to run, and not closed mind to it. Is just, okay, God told me when to run, so he's going to tell me again. But it was a great experience, and I just thank God that I even stepped out on faith to even do that, because a lot of people wouldn't have done that, put themselves out on, in the forefront for people to judge you and vote for you, that type thing, and see that you have knowledge and you have something to be a part of that board and be a part of sitting down at a table and being a part of that table, not being the table. I don't want to own the table. I don't want to possess that table. I just want a seat at the table. But I promise that when I take a seat, I'm going to work that seat to its best ability. I'm going to offer things and speak up and speak out on things when I sit down at the table, or I don't want a seat at the table. So if anybody ever wants a seat at a table, ask yourself, if I get that seat, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You don't need to be closed-mouthed about anything if you're going to take a seat at the table, and never want the table to be only you at the table, or you should never want to own the table.
Because you have to understand, to be a successful leader in whatever you're doing, whether it be Black, whatever you're doing, to be successful at that, the rest of your team has to come up with you. It can't be your team is building you to go up and your team is still down here. That's not leadership. Leadership is helping not only yourself grow, but helping everybody else to come with you.
Correct.
And what I was saying about taking risks earlier, a lot of people don't understand that with taking risks does come judgment.
It does.
So for someone to
I went through that.
Yeah. So for someone to be able to take a risk, regardless of what judgment they get, that's courage.
It is.
And courage will take you farther than fear ever could.
It does.
So think about that.
And always remember this, that you may not always win.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a loss can make an impact, sometimes greater than getting the win.
Ooh, darn it.
Taking a loss and how you react to the loss, it will determine the impact you make. Yeah. So, and I know with a shadow of a doubt, God's not going to let me win everything. Okay? But God ain't going to let me lose everything either. He's going to let me win the things that is meant for me at the time, whatever's in his plan. So remember, when you're thinking of Black history, you think of all the different people that made history. Do you think they made it the very first time they tried it?
Failure is a part of your process.
It is.
And if you cannot handle your process, you're not going to be able to get to that goal, because failure is just a part of it. Loss is just a part of it.
Look at Martin Luther King. Do you think that Martin Luther King only went to one event? No. Do you think he spoke just one time? Do you think that every time that he asked for help, that he didn't get doors shut in his face? Martin Luther King didn't win everything. Malcolm X didn't win everything. My grandfather, Fred R. Davis Jr., gave 45 years of service as an educator in Harriman, Tennessee. He's Black history. Hear me when I tell you, you think that he didn't have doors shut in his face? He did. So don't feel like that if a door is shut, that a delay is not, you got to look at delays is not a deny.
Right.
Okay? Instead of looking at it as, I tried it, I lost, I'm not going to try it again. Because there's no great people out here that didn't have some doors shut in their face. It should make you stronger to say, you know what, I'm going to prove to them that they made the wrong decision.
And quitting doesn't get you to your goal any faster.
It doesn't.
Failure will get you there a lot faster because it just shows you, okay, I didn't make it doing this, so let me tweak this and maybe it'll work this time. You see what I'm saying? It's you got to have the mindset, and I think that a lot of that is part of Black history too. You had all of these people that came before us that had a mindset. So the book that Mom was telling you about. So last week I read to Emerald as well. I read to the kids, and the book that I read was about Have You Thanked an Inventor Today? And it was talking about African American inventors, and we're talking about things that we use every day. A lot of people don't know that our street lights was invented by a African American person.
Yes.
Our mailbox, peanut butter.
Oh, yes.
Like stuff like that. You have to understand. So if it wasn't for those people that went against the grain to make things happen, we wouldn't be able to have the things that we use daily.
Most definitely.
And they didn't get it right the first time. I guarantee you the first time the first batch of peanut butter was made, probably wasn't right the first time. It was
probably nasty.
Gross.
Okay. Because you got to perfect things, especially when you're cooking stuff.
You do.
So, but you have to look at that. I'm going to name two people spiritually that is Black history that has made a mark on East Tennessee, and they're wonderful women. One is Angela Arnwine, Pastor Angela Arnwine.
I love her so much.
She has the sweetest spirit. To know her is to love her.
A true woman of God. Oh
okay? True woman of God, lives it, walks it, talks it, everything about it. And this person loves me and my family. And she has made such a mark, and I love her. I'll tell you, follow her. Is she on social media or whatever, because she is a great person to follow spiritually. Okay? The last person is my spiritual mother, Frenchie Wright. Okay? Frenchie Wright is married to Bishop Wright, Gary E. Wright. And let me tell you something, these two people have been in my life for 30 years. They love me. They accept me. They believe in me. They speak life in me. They do a lot for me. Okay? They ask me for nothing.
When you talk about a power couple, there you go.
There you go.
Because they truly are powerful.
Those two, both
ways.
of those ladies' marriages are impeccable.
Yes.
Okay? But they will tell you they're not perfect marriages, but they are loving, godly marriages. And both of those women have taught me how to be, a good wife, a good mother, a good person, a good business person. So if you say Black history, those are two women spiritually that I would say is Black history.
I can't even count how many times they have prayed over us personally, prayed over our business. I mean,
and it's one thing for someone like Bishop. Bishop is my mentor, been my mentor for 30 years. So he's on assignment with me. Right. Okay. But Mama Frenchie just loves me and found a love for me that works for me and her. And we don't have to explain our love. I can talk to Mama Frenchie about things that I couldn't talk to Bishop Wright about. I couldn't talk to my husband about, but I can call Mama Frenchie and she's going to give me the best advice, and she's not going to take my side. If I'm wrong, she's going to tell me I'm wrong.
And there's no judgment. She literally, it's more of, she wants to see us be better. So she gives us the tools that we need. Yes. That's the advice and things that she gives us to be able to be better in whatever we're going through.
No, most definitely. So this episode is just really about shouting out Black history, people that in our community that is truly Black history, and they are making history every day they wake up and they get up and they go out in the world to do better and do more things for this community. I just wanted to do an episode at the end of Black history to, size it up. What is it all about? It's shouting out people, give their flowers, give their pearls, give their gifts, give their candy, whatever you want to give them, give it while they live it.
Yeah. Right.
Stop waiting until people pass away, and then that's when you want to talk about how much good they did. Let's talk about what they did now, without someone else telling us, hey, well, did you think about this person? No. You should think about those people. If they're in your life and these people have made a mark on your life, shout them out in whatever form or fashion you can come up with. But I challenge you to, if you have social media, go on your social media and shout out somebody in Black history that has made a mark on your life.
And you don't have to just stop after, just because
You
Black History Month is ending does not mean that the celebrations have to end. So if you have somebody that
Correct.
you want to shout out, or you feel like you want to celebrate throughout the year, or celebrate your
just
people,
say it's Black history.
It's
Don't have to
okay.
be Black History Month.
No,
It's Black history.
celebrate.
That type thing. But people need to see that people see them making changes and making differences. And so sometimes people need to hear, you're doing a great job. Some people need to hear,
100%.
what effects they have made on your life. So if anything that me and Adrienne can tell you is, love people while they're living, show your love while they're living, open your mouth up, speak out, and live your best life.
I love you.
I love you. Tune in every Thursday to Talking Tennessee with Yvonnca. The downloads at 4:00, and we're here to inspire you to do all things with Christ.
Yes.
And do all things in a godly manner.
Always.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for listening to Talkin' Tennessee with Yvonnca. Watch out for our weekly episodes from the First Family of Real Estate, and check us out on the web, www.yvoncasalesrealestate.com. See our videos on Yvonca's YouTube channel, or find us on Facebook under Yvonnca Landes, and Twitter at Yvonnca Landes. And don't forget to tell a friend about us. Until next time, Yvonnca signing off.